Welcome to this BTV Right Now update. I'm John Luck. Well, we're about 24 hours removed from that large nor'easter that dumped just about a half foot of snow or so on the area. Although we didn't get a bulk of the snow like they got in Worcester or Springfield, there were still some issues across the area. In Brockton, a police vehicle collided with a car on Belmont Street around 9:15 a.m. as the storm started to move in. About an hour later, a pickup truck hit a parked vehicle on Plymouth Street in East Bridgewater. That accident took place just about at the same time as another incident that took place on Oak Street in Brockton as a car drove into a solar farm. You may have heard about this incident that took place in Stoughton as a white Infiniti sedan drove into Ames Long Pond. The amazing fact of all these incidents that I just told you about is that nobody was injured and the solar farm in Brockton only suffered minor damage. We'll have a check on the weather in just a few minutes. Taking a look at some of the other top stories today, the MBTA may be cutting its weekend commuter rail service, which would include service here in Bridgewater. This is part of a plan to help the struggling transit authority try and close a $42 million gap in its $2 billion budget. Key officials say cutting the weekend service for 1 year would save about $10 million. Another cut that may be made would be the T's transportation for people with disabilities getting the ride. That cut would save about $7 million. Massachusetts Transportation Secretary Stephanie Pollock says that these proposed cuts are about resetting the MBTA's budget not just for fiscal year 18, but for future years and becoming more financially sustainable. Bridgewater Rainham's robotics team hosted the first robotics regional tournament at the high school, and the high school was transformed into a robotic landscape. 42 teams participated in the tournament in what was a true non-stop weekend. So, how'd the teams do? We'll have a full recap and results coming up next week on Bridgewater This Week. And we told you on BTW that Bridgewater Rainham and West Bridgewater won the state championships, so it was on to the New England championships. As we show you a video from the state championship tournament, we'll tell you it was a difficult day for the group as they finished fourth in the competition. This was BR's first New England regional since 1999. There were some great scores by the team at the competition as sophomore Olivia Camito scored a career-high 9.55 on the bars, and junior captain Julia Chase scored a career-high 9.35 on the floor. Congrats to Coach Stephen Cudworth and the team on a great season. Turning to weather now, and during one of the updates during yesterday's storm, I talked about how this storm features a triple threat. Now, wind wasn't as big of an issue as we thought before. When it came to precipitation, it was just an absolute mess all over town. However, we're dealing with the third part today and really for the rest of the week. Of course, I'm talking about the cold temperatures. Jeff Fowler has more.
Well, John, yeah, it's actually colder now in the month of March than we were for most of January. Hard to believe that. We've made it through the most recent snow event, officially 7.5 inches here in Bridgewater, according to the National Weather Service. Of course, a lot of that went down the drains on Tuesday afternoon. Look at some of the big winners, though. We had almost 20 inches in Burlington, Connecticut. That's actually the second storm in a row that they came in number one on the list. Hartford, just over 15, and Westfield out in the Berks, just about 17 inches. Fitchburg 15. Barrowville, Rhode Island actually had over a foot, and officially 7 inches in Logan Airport. The snow was one story, the wind was another. We saw that definitely out on the Cape where they had hurricane force wind gusts, you see near 80 miles per hour in Wellfleet. But even locally towards Boston, Milton, and those areas, just over 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Officially Plymouth hit 54. And we did have some wind damage here in Bridgewater as well. Walnut Street seems like that's always a suspect area. They had a tree down and a few other reports, as you mentioned during the update. So yeah, it was a stormy day on your Tuesday. Now today, we've cleared out for the most part. There are some snow showers developing, mainly off to our west. We'll take a look at that in just a second. That's with the upper level low that is swinging on through the region. But notice these temperatures uniformly really in the 20s all around New England. Our average highs this time of year is 45. The average low is 31. We may not even make it to 31 for highs today. Incredible stuff. Take a look at the radar here. You can see upper level low moving through. So we do have some snow showers coming off of the lakes today. They're also starting to bank up off of the Berkshires a little bit. Pittsfield's actually seeing some snow right now. You can zoom in on that. Also, some of the Appalachian Mountains are seeing a little bit of snow. So it is still out there today. This is separate from the storms, more of an upper level feature and kind of the winds that are bouncing off of the mountains. Now, this is map for tomorrow. This is our next system already coming off of Canada. It's going to come right down the pike here. And one interesting feature is our upper level winds, and that's what we're going to look at up in the 500 millibars. And that'll kind of show you the first system. So this is the system that just went through last night. And you can see it's kind of a little trough for it. Notice this right behind us. This is coming into the weekend. It looks very similar, doesn't it? And it's going to have a storm that's going to be forming off of the New England coastline. Now, This to me looks like it's just off of or just east of Boston. As we rewind it, we'll loop it one more time. Personally, I'd like to see it more off of the Cape in this situation for us to get a blockbuster storm. We're going to have to keep an eye on it. I do think we'll have some rain and snow showers at least for the weekend, but not for Thursday. Thursday, we'll have sunshine. It'll be dry again. It's still cold, though. Highs generally in the low 30s. It'll be about 10 to 15 degrees colder than what we should be for this time of year. So as we take a look at the extended forecast, your 5-day planner, again, Thursday and Friday are mainly dry, but by Friday night, late Friday night, and on to Saturday, I think we'll have a burst of snowfall move through here. Now, again, it is possible that storm system may redevelop south or just east of New England. If that happens, we could have a little bit of a mini nor'easter here Saturday night into Sunday.
All right, thanks, Jeff. So this week starts March Madness and a huge blow to the American workforce. According to the website Wallet Hub, about $4 billion will be lost due to unproductive workers during the tournament. And according to Fox Business, 23.7 million employees will use company time to construct their tournament bracket. Not to mention the amount of time that will be spent actually watching the games on Thursday and Friday. We don't do that here, but I still have UCLA over Duke, so just throwing that out there. Finally, today, BTV is invited every year to film the Central Atlantic Collegiate Conference basketball tournament, and this is a great opportunity for our volunteers here to get a taste of what it's like filming a tournament with championship implications. We leave you today with a look at some of the highlights from behind and in front of the camera. We'll see you later.
Trish, good no call there. Sylvester a three, and she bangs it. You gotta give the Devils their due. They are champions for the third time in the CACC tournament, and the first time since 2006. U Sciences is going to the dance.
You're building something real special here. Everybody's coming back, and you're going to the NCAA tournament. Tell me what this means for your program right now. First CACC championship since 2006.
I haven't really had time to process what it means right now. I mean, I hope you're right. I hope we're building something special, but you know, it starts with the kids, the types of kids that you have. We have great kids. They work really, really hard, and we can keep getting kids in like that. I mean, it's just, they're so much fun to coach, and you know, we're excited about the future, but you know, we're really excited about this.